Turn pain into power. How to be happy even when life gets tough. Life isn't always smooth. Sometimes it feels like everything is working against you, pulling you into a whirlpool of worries, failures, and losses. There are days when you feel trapped in darkness, asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Or, will I ever feel happy again? The pain is real, and at times, it makes us forget that happiness still exists, even in the hardest moments. But you are not alone. Today, Bookwise brings you this book to walk alongside you, helping you find light, even in the darkness. Through practical strategies and meaningful stories, you will learn to view adversity as an opportunity, discover your inner strength, and live a life filled with purpose. Get ready to embark on a journey of discovering happiness, no matter your current circumstances, starting right now. Chapter 1. Embracing happiness in the heart of adversity. Happiness in difficult times may feel like a contradiction, a fleeting dream buried beneath the weight of life's challenges. When the world feels overwhelming, joy might seem like a luxury we can no longer afford. But here's the paradox. It is precisely in these moments of struggle that happiness becomes not just possible, but vital. It is the light that guides us through the storm, the strength that carries us when the road ahead feels endless. To find this light, we must first change how we understand happiness. It is not the absence of hardship, nor is it reserved for moments of perfection. True happiness is about living fully, embracing life in its entirety, both the highs that uplift us and the lows that test us. It's about choosing to see meaning and beauty, even in the cracks of brokenness. Happiness is like a muscle. Think of how physical muscles grow, through effort, through strain, and through persistence. In the same way, happiness strengthens when practiced in adversity. It's not about avoiding the weight of life's challenges, but about using that weight to build resilience, hope, and inner peace. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending struggles don't exist. It means facing them with courage and intention. Challenges often come bearing unexpected gifts, the wisdom to understand ourselves better, the strength to rise after we fall, and the compassion to connect with others more deeply. When we shift our mindset from asking, why is this happening to me, to what can this teach me, we reclaim the narrative of our lives. We stop being victims of circumstance and become creators of meaning. Such a shift doesn't erase the difficulties we face, but it arms us with something far more powerful, the ability to endure with grace. It allows us to rise each day, not because life is easy, but because we have chosen to cultivate joy in the midst of it all. Happiness is not a passive state. It is an act of courage. It's choosing to smile, even when the storm rages on, to reach for hope when despair seems easier. It's finding the strength to say, I will not let life's challenges define me. I will define myself. When you embrace this truth, you unlock a profound power. Happiness becomes more than fleeting pleasure. It becomes a quiet, unshakable strength. It becomes your anchor, your guiding star, and your daily act of defiance against life's storms. So, let the winds howl and let the waves crash. You are not here merely to survive. You are here to rise, to find happiness in the very heart of adversity and transform it into a source of lasting strength and purpose. Chapter 2. Gratitude, the superpower to transform your life. When life feels like an uphill climb, it's easy to be consumed by the weight of everything going wrong. The trials we face often loom so large that they eclipse the quiet beauty of what remains. But gratitude, a subtle yet profoundly powerful force, has the ability to pierce through even the darkest clouds. It's not just a feel-good idea. It's your superpower, capable of transforming pain into perspective and chaos into calm. Gratitude isn't reserved for the easy days or the obvious blessings. Its real strength emerges when life is at its hardest. True gratitude isn't about denying pain or pretending challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about finding the courage to acknowledge what is still good, still steady, still worth holding on to, even in the midst of difficulty. Imagine gratitude as a compass. In the confusion of life's storms, it guides you back to what truly matters. It helps you see beyond what you've lost and focus on what you still have. A kind word, the warmth of sunlight breaking through a cloudy sky, or even the strength to face another day. These small moments, when noticed and cherished, become anchors of hope. Science offers compelling proof of gratitude's transformative power. Practicing gratitude rewires the brain, training it to seek out positivity amid life's noise. It's like retraining your mind to focus on abundance rather than scarcity, on solutions rather than problems. Over time, this shift not only changes how you view your circumstances, but also how you engage with them. Gratitude is not passive, it's a deliberate choice. It requires us to pause and look deeper, to notice the often overlooked gifts that sustain us. A stranger's unexpected kindness, the stability of a loyal friendship, or even the rhythm of your own breath. These moments, though small, hold immense power. When acknowledged, they remind us that life is not only struggle, it is also connection, beauty, and possibility. Beyond comfort, gratitude also builds resilience. It strengthens the spirit, reminding you that while storms are temporary, the light you carry within is not. Gratitude shifts the narrative from one of despair to one of empowerment, showing you that even in difficulty, you have a choice. You can let hardship define you, or you can let gratitude lead you to a new perspective. A simple yet profound practice can unlock this superpower. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be grand or life-changing. A peaceful moment with your morning coffee, the sound of laughter, or the strength you found to face a difficult conversation. Over time, this habit reshapes not only how you see the world, but how you feel within it. Gratitude becomes a lens through which even the most ordinary moments take on extraordinary meaning. Gratitude doesn't erase life's challenges, but it equips you to face them with grace. It turns hardship into growth, fear into hope, and isolation into connection. It is the quiet reminder that no matter how heavy the world feels, there is always something to be thankful for, and that simple act of acknowledgement can change everything. Gratitude is more than a mindset, it's a way of being. It's the steady voice whispering, "There is still light here. There is still beauty to be found." And once you embrace it, you'll realize that gratitude isn't just a superpower. It's the foundation for a life of strength, joy, and unshakable resilience. Chapter 3: The Power of Self-Compassion in Building Resilience. When life becomes overwhelming, it's often our own inner voice that deals the harshest blows. That critical voice whispers or shouts words of blame, judgment, and self-doubt. Why didn't I handle that better? Why am I not stronger? This inner critic can make us feel smaller in the face of already daunting challenges. But there is a powerful antidote to this self-judgment: self-compassion. It's not just a comforting idea, it's an essential practice for building resilience and thriving, even when life feels unforgiving. Self-compassion is the act of treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and care you would extend to someone you love. Imagine a close friend comes to you feeling defeated or overwhelmed. Would you berate them for their mistakes or dismiss their pain? Of course not. You would listen, offer encouragement, and remind them of their worth. So why is it so hard to show that same kindness to ourselves? Resilience begins when we learn to extend this gift inward. Self-compassion creates a safe emotional space where we can process pain, learn from our struggles, and move forward with strength. It allows us to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs without being crushed by the weight of self-criticism. The foundation of self-compassion lies in 3 transformative principles. 1. Self-kindness. Speak to yourself with the gentleness you reserve for a friend. When setbacks arise, resist the urge to call yourself a failure or focus on everything that went wrong. Instead, practice words of understanding. I'm doing my best and it's okay to struggle. Self-kindness doesn't ignore mistakes, it acknowledges them without attaching shame. It's an act of courage, allowing you to face challenges without adding unnecessary emotional weight. 2. Recognizing shared humanity. No one is immune to struggle. Pain, failure, and hardship are universal experiences. They're part of what it means to be human. When we remind ourselves of this truth, we break free from the isolating belief that our struggles are unique or shameful. Realizing that others face similar challenges helps foster a sense of connection and belonging, even in moments of difficulty. 3. Mindfulness. To practice self-compassion, we must first recognize and acknowledge our emotions without judgment. Mindfulness invites us to sit with our feelings, neither suppressing them nor letting them consume us. When you allow yourself to experience emotions as they are, without exaggerating or dismissing them, You create space for healing and growth. Practicing self-compassion doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. Instead, it means giving yourself permission to struggle and to heal. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of care and understanding, even in your hardest moments. This shift in perspective transforms the way you approach adversity. Rather than berating yourself for falling, you find the strength to get back up with grace. A simple self-compassion exercise. The next time you catch yourself in the grip of self-criticism, pause. Ask yourself, what would I say to a friend in this situation? Then, offer those same supportive words to yourself. Over time, this practice softens the sharp edges of your inner dialogue and builds a foundation of kindness and resilience. Resilience isn't about pushing through pain with brute force. It's about cultivating a well of inner strength, drawn from the compassion you show yourself. Self-compassion allows you to face life's challenges with grace and fortitude, reminding you that you don't have to be perfect to keep going. Life will test you, it's inevitable, but self-compassion equips you to meet those tests with understanding and courage. It teaches you that being gentle with yourself isn't a weakness, it's a profound strength. When you nurture self-compassion, you unlock the ability to endure, grow, and thrive, no matter what life brings your way. Chapter 4. Finding strength in purpose and connection. Life can feel unbearably heavy when challenges cloud our vision of what truly matters. During those moments, we often lose sight of the meaning behind our struggles, making the weight of our burdens feel insurmountable. Yet it is precisely in these times that purpose and connection become essential, a guiding light to illuminate the path forward. Purpose provides direction, and connection offers the strength to take each step, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Purpose, a quiet, grounding force. Purpose is not reserved for grand achievements or monumental discoveries. Its power lies in the small, meaningful acts we engage in every day. It's found in showing up for someone who needs you, creating something that brings even the smallest spark of joy, or simply dedicating time to something that makes you feel alive. Purpose grounds you. It shifts your focus from the obstacles that overwhelm you to the opportunities for growth, service, and creation that give your life meaning. When you live with purpose, you anchor yourself to something greater than the immediate hardships. It might be as simple as nurturing your family, contributing to your community, or pursuing a passion that fills your soul. Whatever form it takes, purpose reminds you that your life holds value, even in the midst of challenges. It transforms the question from "why am I struggling?" to "how can I use this struggle to contribute to something meaningful?" Connection, the power of not being alone. In tough times, it's tempting to isolate yourself, believing that no one could understand your pain. But the truth is, connection is one of the most powerful antidotes to suffering. When you reach out to a friend, a family member, or a supportive community, you find solace in the simple reminder that you are not alone. Genuine connection provides more than comfort. It offers encouragement, understanding, and the shared strength of knowing someone else cares about your well-being. It's in these moments of vulnerability, whether through a heartfelt conversation or a quiet moment of support, that the bonds of connection remind you of your resilience. The harmony of purpose and connection. Purpose and connection are not separate forces. They are intertwined. When you align your actions with your values and share that journey with others, you create a wellspring of meaning that can carry you through even the darkest times. Purpose gives you a reason to keep going. Connection ensures you never walk the road alone. Together, they form a foundation of hope and strength that makes challenges easier to endure. Living with purpose and connection doesn't mean solving every problem or finding immediate answers. Instead, it's about building a life rooted in meaning and relationships that sustain you. Small, intentional actions, like reflecting on what brings you joy or reaching out to someone to share a meaningful moment, can have a profound impact. Even small acts of service or kindness can strengthen your sense of purpose while deepening your bonds with others. A kind gesture, a listening ear, or an expression of gratitude can ripple outward, creating a network of shared resilience and support. A reminder of what truly matters. Purpose and connection are the quiet reminders that life is more than the struggles we face. They anchor us in hope, guide us towards strength, and foster a sense of belonging that transforms even the hardest times into opportunities for growth and meaning. No matter how difficult life becomes, purpose shows you that your efforts have value. Connection reassures you that you don't have to bear the weight alone. Together, they empower you to rise, to hope, and to discover happiness, even in the midst of life's storms. Chapter 5. Uncovering joy in life's small moments. Happiness is often mischaracterized as something monumental, a destination reached only after significant achievements or life-altering events. But true joy is far less extravagant and much closer than we think. It lives quietly in the seemingly ordinary moments of our daily lives, waiting for us to notice. The ability to find and embrace these moments is one of the most profound ways to cultivate happiness, even when life feels overwhelming. The pressure to chase grand milestones can blind us to the beauty of what's right in front of us. A warm cup of coffee on a quiet morning, the sound of laughter shared with someone you love, the comforting warmth of sunlight on your skin. These are not fleeting or insignificant. They are the threads that weave a rich and meaningful life. Recognizing these moments is not just about fleeting pleasure. It's about creating an intentional space for joy to flourish, even in the face of life's struggles. This approach requires a shift in perspective, one rooted in mindfulness. To be mindful is to be fully present in the moment, to notice its colors, textures, and emotions without distraction. When you truly savor a walk in nature, a favorite meal, or the rhythm of your own breath, you tap into a wellspring of calm and contentment that can ground you. These small, mindful pauses don't erase life's difficulties, but they offer much-needed reprieve, a chance to reset, recharge, and regain clarity. Joy isn't something we passively wait for. It's something we actively create. The author highlights the importance of building small moments of happiness into your daily routine. This could mean taking time to listen to music that stirs your soul, indulging in a book that captivates you, or revisiting a hobby that brings you peace. While these acts may seem small, they are powerful tools for lifting your spirits, shifting your focus, and maintaining emotional balance. The magic of these small moments grows exponentially when shared. A kind word, a shared laugh, or a simple gesture of care doesn't just enhance your joy, it spreads it. Happiness is contagious, and when you invite it into your life, you naturally pass it on to others. Connection magnifies the beauty of small joys, creating bonds that lift everyone involved. Finding joy in life's small moments isn't about denying the challenges you face. It's about illuminating the path through them. These small flashes of beauty and gratitude are like stars scattered across a dark sky. They remind you that even in the toughest times, there is light. There is still wonder to be found in the ordinary, and happiness is never out of reach. When you choose to see the joy in the little things, you're not just appreciating life, you're reclaiming it. You're proving to yourself that happiness isn't a prize waiting at the end of the road. It's a companion available to you, step by step, moment by moment. Chapter 6. The Strength of Perspective in Adversity. When life delivers hardship, it's natural to feel ensnared in negativity, dwelling on what's going wrong rather than what might still go right. Yet, in these moments of struggle, perspective is a quiet but profound force. It allows us to step back, reevaluate, and face challenges with clarity, hope, and renewed strength. Perspective isn't about changing the storm, it's about changing how we see it. Perspective doesn't deny the reality of pain or difficulty. Instead, it's about choosing how to interpret and respond to it. Imagine looking out a window at a storm. You can focus on the disruption, the rain ruining your plans, or you can admire the raindrops nourishing the earth. Both perspectives are true, but the one you choose will shape your emotional experience. This mindset shift, deciding what to focus on, can redefine how challenges affect you. Perspective offers not a cure for hardship, but a way to navigate it with grace and purpose. One of the most transformative tools of perspective is reframing, looking at a difficult situation from a new angle. When faced with adversity, our initial reaction might be frustration, fear, or despair. But by asking questions like, "What is this teaching me?" or "How can this help me grow?" you open the door to new possibilities. Take, for example, the loss of a job. It might initially feel like the world has collapsed, but reframing allows you to see the opportunity hidden within the challenge. It could be a chance to explore a career path that aligns with your passions, develop resilience, or recalibrate your priorities. The event itself doesn't change, but its impact on you does. The author recounts a moving story of a woman who faced personal and professional setbacks that left her questioning her worth. Initially, the weight of her struggles seemed unbearable. But as she shifted her perspective, she saw these hardships as a chance to realign her life with her values and rediscover her inner strength. Her transformation shows how perspective can turn even the deepest pain into a catalyst for personal growth. Gratitude is a cornerstone of a positive perspective. It acts as a lens, highlighting the blessings and opportunities still present, even in challenging moments. On a tough day, focusing on the support of loved ones or the skills you're developing to overcome obstacles can shift your narrative from despair to resilience. One practice suggested in the book is keeping a gratitude journal, specifically for reframing tough experiences. Write about the lessons or strengths you've gained from struggles. This habit helps rewire your mindset, enabling you to find value and growth even in adversity. When you're in the throes of difficulty, it often feels endless. However, most hardships are temporary. The simple reminder that this too shall pass can be a lifeline, helping you take one step at a time instead of feeling overwhelmed by the entire journey. Perspective provides the patience and perseverance needed to weather the storm, knowing it won't last forever. Adversity often brings self-blame. You may catch yourself thinking, "I should have done better," or "this is my fault." Perspective, however, encourages a kinder view. Instead of seeing yourself as the cause of the problem, you can recognize yourself as someone navigating through it. This shift fosters self-compassion, reducing guilt and unnecessary stress. It reminds you that you're doing your best in a difficult situation, and that's enough. Challenges can strain relationships, leading to misunderstandings and conflict. In these moments, perspective-taking, the ability to see the situation through someone else's eyes, becomes invaluable. It fosters empathy, strengthens connections, and helps you navigate tough times with the support of those around you. When you view a loved one's frustrations or reactions as stemming from their own struggles, you respond with patience rather than defensiveness. Perspective extends beyond the individual and into the broader meaning of life's challenges. Struggles often serve as stepping stones to something greater. Viewed through this lens, even the most painful experiences can hold purpose. Many who have endured hardship later use their stories to inspire and help others, transforming their pain into a source of healing and strength. Practical exercises for shifting perspective. Reflect on the big picture. When a problem feels overwhelming, pause and ask yourself, will this matter a year from now? This simple question can diffuse immediate stress and bring clarity. Practice perspective taking. Imagine how someone else might view the same situation. This exercise broadens your understanding and fosters empathy, reducing feelings of isolation. Gratitude journaling. Reframe tough experiences by writing about what you've learned or gained from them. This practice builds resilience and shifts your focus to growth and progress. Reclaiming your power perspective is, ultimately, about reclaiming your power. While you may not control every circumstance, you always control how you see and respond to it. Perspective allows you to rise above adversity, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth, strength, and self-discovery. By choosing to focus on what remains, rather than what's lost, you can rewrite the narrative of your life. Perspective doesn't just help you survive tough times, it empowers you to thrive through them. Chapter 7. The healing power of self-acceptance. When life becomes overwhelming, the internal battle often becomes just as challenging as the external one. Struggles tend to amplify self-doubt, insecurities, and the tendency to compare ourselves to others. This is where self-acceptance becomes a transformative force, a way to find peace and strength within, even in the face of adversity. Self-acceptance is the practice of acknowledging and embracing your true self, including your strengths, weaknesses, successes, and failures. It's not about perfection or pretending to love every aspect of yourself, but about recognizing that you are enough just as you are. The book explains that many people struggle with self-acceptance because society often pushes an idealized version of success and happiness, creating unrealistic expectations. However, self-acceptance offers freedom from this constant pressure to be someone you are not. The author shares a poignant story of a man who faced a series of personal failures, from a failed business to strained relationships. For years, he berated himself for his mistakes, feeling unworthy and incapable of moving forward. It wasn't until he began practicing self-acceptance that his life changed. By acknowledging his imperfections and allowing himself to feel human, he was able to release the shame and self-criticism that had been holding him back. This shift allowed him to approach life with greater clarity and confidence. One of the key messages in this chapter is that self-acceptance doesn't mean complacency. It's not about resigning to your current situation or giving up on self-improvement. Instead, it provides a stable foundation from which to grow. When you accept yourself as you are, you reduce the mental and emotional energy wasted on self-criticism, freeing that energy to focus on building the life you want. It's about saying, I am enough right now, and I have the capacity to become even more. Self-acceptance is deeply tied to the way we speak to ourselves. The book highlights the importance of paying attention to your inner dialogue. Many people are their own harshest critics, constantly focusing on their flaws and shortcomings. Shifting this dialogue to one of kindness and understanding is a crucial step. Instead of saying, I'm a failure, try saying, I made a mistake, but I can learn from it and do better next time. This simple shift in language can create profound changes in how you see yourself and your abilities. Another powerful aspect of self-acceptance is learning to let go of comparison. In today's world where social media often showcases the highlight reels of others' lives, it's easy to feel inadequate. The book emphasizes that everyone has their own struggles, even if they aren't visible. Comparing yourself to others only distracts you from your own journey. By focusing on your unique path and progress, you can cultivate a deeper sense of self-worth. The author introduces the idea of embracing vulnerability as a cornerstone of self-acceptance. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but it is actually a strength. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, to admit that you don't have all the answers, to seek help, or to share your true feelings, you create space for genuine connection and healing. Vulnerability breaks down the walls of perfectionism and invites authenticity, both with yourself and others. The book also provides practical exercises to foster self-acceptance. One exercise is to write a letter to yourself, as if you were speaking to a dear friend. In this letter, acknowledge your challenges, celebrate your strengths, and offer words of encouragement. This practice helps you see yourself from a kinder perspective and reinforces the belief that you are deserving of love and respect, even during tough times. Another exercise involves creating a self-acceptance mantra, a short, affirming phrase that you repeat to yourself when self-doubt arises. Examples include, I am enough, I accept myself as I am, or I am worthy of love and happiness. Repeating these phrases regularly can help rewire negative thought patterns and reinforce a positive self-image. The book also touches on the role of forgiveness in self-acceptance. Holding on to guilt or regret can prevent you from fully embracing yourself. The author suggests practicing forgiveness not just toward others, but toward yourself. Acknowledge past mistakes, understand the circumstances that led to them, and release the need to punish yourself. Forgiveness allows you to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Self-acceptance is not an overnight transformation, but a continuous journey. The book encourages readers to be patient with themselves as they navigate this path. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to a place of inner peace and resilience. The chapter concludes with an empowering reminder. Self-acceptance is a gift you give to yourself. It allows you to face life's challenges with strength and grace. It reminds you that you don't need to be perfect to be worthy of happiness and love. By embracing who you are, you unlock the power to not only endure tough times, but to grow and thrive through them. Chapter 8. The Art of Letting Go. One of the most difficult lessons to learn in life is the art of letting go, whether it's letting go of past mistakes, unfulfilled expectations, or relationships that no longer serve us. This process often feels like a loss. However, the book reminds that letting go is not about giving up. It's about creating space for growth, healing, and new beginnings. Letting go begins with understanding that holding on to what no longer serves you only prolongs suffering. When we cling to painful memories, toxic relationships, or unattainable ideals, we carry an emotional weight that drains our energy and prevents us from moving forward. The author compares this to carrying a heavy backpack full of unnecessary items. Each time you let go of one of these burdens, you lighten your load and free yourself to walk more freely toward a brighter future. One of the most powerful insights in this chapter is the idea that letting go is an act of self-compassion. Often, we hold on to things because we believe we should, thinking, if I just try harder, this situation will change, or I can't let go of this because it's part of who I am. But the truth is, holding on to something that causes pain is not a reflection of strength. It's a reflection of fear. Letting go, on the other hand, requires courage and trust in yourself. The book tells the story of a woman who struggled to let go of a career path she had pursued for years, even though it no longer brought her joy. She felt guilty about abandoning something she had invested so much time and effort into. But when she finally let go, she discovered a new passion that aligned with her values and brought her fulfillment. Her story illustrates how letting go is not about giving up on life, but about giving yourself permission to move toward what truly matters. Chapter 9. Cultivating Inner Peace Amidst Chaos. When life feels chaotic and overwhelming, finding a sense of calm can seem nearly impossible. Yet, amidst the noise and uncertainty, cultivating inner peace is not only achievable, but essential for maintaining your well-being and happiness. Inner peace is not about escaping challenges or living a life free of difficulty. It's about creating a stable and serene mindset that allows you to navigate life's storms with clarity and strength. The book begins by addressing the common misconception that peace depends on external circumstances. Many people believe they can only feel calm once their problems are solved, their relationships are perfect, or their goals are achieved. However, this approach places peace perpetually out of reach. True inner peace comes from within. It is independent of external conditions and arises from the way you choose to respond to life's challenges. The key element of cultivating inner peace is developing a strong sense of self-awareness. The book encourages readers to take time each day to reflect on their thoughts, emotions, and reactions. By observing these internal patterns without judgment, you gain a deeper understanding of what triggers stress or anxiety and how you can address them. For example, if you notice that certain situations or people consistently disrupt your peace, this awareness allows you to set boundaries or approach those situations differently. One powerful practice for building inner peace is mindfulness. Mindfulness involves bringing your full attention to the present moment, letting go of worries about the past or future. The author emphasizes that mindfulness is not about suppressing thoughts or emotions, but about acknowledging them without letting them take over. By focusing on your breath, your surroundings, or a specific task, you can ground yourself in the now and find calm amidst the chaos. The book shares the story of a man who struggled with overwhelming anxiety after losing his job. His mind constantly raced with fears about the future, making it impossible for him to focus or sleep. When he began practicing mindfulness, he learned to redirect his attention to the present moment. Instead of spiraling into what-ifs, he focused on the small, actionable steps he could take each day. Over time, this practice not only reduced his anxiety, but also helped him rebuild his confidence and sense of control. Another key aspect of inner peace is learning to detach from what you cannot control. The author likens this to standing in a river during a storm. You cannot stop the rain or control the current, but you can choose how you position yourself in the flow. By letting go of the need to control every aspect of life, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open the door to acceptance and peace. Acceptance is a recurring theme throughout this chapter. The book emphasizes that acceptance is not about giving up or resigning to negative circumstances. Instead, it's about acknowledging reality as it is and choosing to respond in a way that supports your well-being. For instance, if you're faced with a difficult situation at work, acceptance allows you to focus on what you can do to improve it, rather than wasting energy resisting or denying the problem. Gratitude is another tool for cultivating inner peace. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present and positive in your life. Even in chaotic times, there are moments of beauty, kindness, or stability that can bring comfort. Practicing gratitude daily, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply pausing to appreciate the good around you, anchors your mind in positivity and fosters a sense of peace. Connection with others is also a source of inner calm. During stressful times, it can be tempting to isolate yourself, but reaching out for support can be profoundly grounding. Whether it's talking to a trusted friend, joining a community, or simply spending time with loved ones, these connections remind you that you're not alone. The book emphasizes that sharing your struggles and leaning on others is not a sign of weakness, it's a pathway to resilience and peace. The author introduces the concept of mental decluttering as a way to cultivate inner peace. Just as physical clutter can make a space feel overwhelming, mental clutter, such as unproductive thoughts, unresolved conflicts, or unnecessary worries, can weigh heavily on your mind. The book suggests taking time to identify and release these mental burdens. This might involve journaling to process your emotions, meditating to clear your mind, or seeking closure on unresolved issues. One practical exercise shared in the book is creating a personal peace ritual. This involves setting aside time each day to engage in activities that calm and center you. Your ritual might include meditation, deep breathing, reading, or spending time in nature. The key is to make this practice a non-negotiable part of your routine, allowing it to serve as a refuge from the chaos of daily life. The book also addresses the importance of forgiveness in finding inner peace. Holding on to anger or resentment creates internal turmoil, keeping you tied to the very events or people you want to move beyond. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm, but about freeing yourself from the emotional chains of the past. By letting go of grudges, you create space for peace and healing to take root. The chapter concludes with an empowering message. Inner peace is not a destination, but a journey. It is cultivated moment by moment, choice by choice. While life will always have its ups and downs, your ability to find calm within is what sustains you through it all. By practicing mindfulness, embracing acceptance, nurturing gratitude, and fostering meaningful connections, you can create a sanctuary of peace within yourself, one that remains steady no matter how chaotic the world around you becomes. Inner peace is your anchor, your strength, and your path to enduring happiness. Chapter 10. Embracing change as a path to growth. Change is one of life's few certainties, yet it often feels like the most challenging aspect to navigate. Whether it's a major life transition, an unexpected setback, or the gradual evolution of circumstances, change can stir feelings of fear, resistance, and uncertainty. This chapter explores how embracing change, rather than resisting it, can lead to profound personal growth, resilience, and even happiness. The book begins by addressing why change feels so difficult. Humans are wired to seek stability and predictability because these qualities create a sense of safety. When faced with change, especially unexpected or unwanted change, it can feel as though the ground has shifted beneath your feet. However, the author emphasizes that change is not inherently negative. It is our resistance to it that creates suffering. By shifting your perspective and viewing change as an opportunity rather than a threat, you can unlock its transformative potential. One of the most powerful lessons in this chapter is that change often brings growth in disguise. The author compares it to the process of pruning a tree. While it may seem counterintuitive to cut away branches, pruning allows the tree to grow stronger and healthier. Similarly, life's changes often clear the way for new opportunities, experiences, and personal development. The key is learning to trust this process, even when the immediate effects of change feel difficult. The author shares a story about a man who lost his job unexpectedly. Initially, he felt devastated, unsure of how to move forward. But over time, he began exploring new possibilities and eventually discovered a career that aligned with his passions and values. Looking back, he realized that losing his job while painful in the moment, was the catalyst for a more fulfilling life. This story illustrates how change, even when unwanted, can lead to unexpected blessings. One of the first steps in embracing change is cultivating self-awareness. The book suggests taking time to reflect on your initial reactions to change. Are you feeling fear, anger, sadness, or resistance? Understanding these emotions allows you to address them constructively rather than letting them control your actions. For example, if fear is your dominant emotion, you can explore what specifically scares you about the change and take steps to reduce uncertainty, such as seeking information or support. Acceptance is another crucial aspect of embracing change. The author emphasizes that acceptance doesn't mean liking or agreeing with everything that happens. Instead, it means acknowledging reality as it is and choosing to work with it rather than against it. Acceptance creates a sense of inner peace, freeing you from the exhausting struggle of wishing things were different. It allows you to channel your energy toward adapting and finding solutions. The book introduces the idea of seeing change as a teacher. Every change, no matter how challenging, carries lessons. Perhaps it teaches you resilience, patience, or the ability to adapt. Maybe it reveals strengths you didn't know you had, or helps you discover what truly matters to you. By approaching change with curiosity and a willingness to learn, you transform it from something to fear into a powerful tool for growth. Another important theme in this chapter is the role of flexibility. Life's changes often require us to let go of rigid plans and expectations. The author likens this to sailing. While you can't control the wind, you can adjust your sails to navigate in the direction you want to go. Flexibility allows you to adapt to new circumstances without losing sight of your core values and goals. It helps you stay grounded while remaining open to new possibilities. The book also explores how building a support system can ease the challenges of change. Change can feel isolating, especially if it sets you on a different path than those around you. Reaching out to trusted friends, family, or mentors can provide comfort, perspective, and encouragement. Sharing your feelings and experiences not only lightens your emotional load, but also helps you see the situation from new angles. One practical exercise suggested in this chapter is writing a change journal. In this journal, reflect on a significant change you've experienced in the past. Write about how it initially made you feel, how you adapted, and what lessons or opportunities it ultimately brought. This exercise helps you recognize your ability to navigate change successfully and builds confidence for facing future transitions. Another exercise involves creating a vision of possibility. When confronted with a current or impending change, take a moment to imagine the best possible outcome. What new opportunities could this change bring? What strengths might you develop? This practice shifts your focus from fear to optimism and helps you approach the situation with an open mind. The chapter also touches on the importance of self-care during times of change. Change often brings stress, which can take a toll on your physical and emotional well-being. The author emphasizes the importance of prioritizing activities that nurture your body and mind, such as exercise, healthy eating, relaxation techniques, and hobbies that bring you joy. By taking care of yourself, you build the resilience needed to face change with clarity and strength. A recurring theme in this chapter is the idea of impermanence. Life is constantly changing, whether we notice it or not. Recognizing this truth helps you appreciate the present moment while also preparing you to adapt when things inevitably shift. The author reminds readers that just as difficult times are not permanent, neither are moments of joy. Embracing this impermanence allows you to fully experience life's highs and lows without becoming overly attached or resistant. The chapter concludes with an empowering reminder. Change is not something to fear. It is something to embrace. It is through change that we grow, evolve, and discover new aspects of ourselves. By accepting change as a natural and essential part of life, you unlock the ability to face it with courage, resilience, and hope. Instead of resisting life's twists and turns, you learn to flow with them, creating a life that is not only adaptable, but also rich with possibility. Chapter 11. Building a life of purpose and fulfillment. In the journey toward happiness, purpose serves as the compass that guides us. A life without purpose can feel empty, no matter how successful or comfortable it may seem on the surface. Purpose gives life meaning and direction, grounding us in something greater than ourselves. This chapter explores how to uncover, embrace, and nurture your sense of purpose, even when life feels uncertain or overwhelming. The book begins by addressing the misconception that purpose is something grand or extraordinary, such as curing diseases or changing the world. While some people's purposes may align with monumental goals, purpose doesn't have to be about transforming the world. It can be found in making meaningful contributions in your own unique way. Purpose is deeply personal. It might involve raising a family, supporting a cause, pursuing a creative passion, or simply spreading kindness in your daily interactions. The author emphasizes that purpose often lies in the intersection of your passions, skills, and the needs of the world around you. To find your purpose, reflect on what brings you joy and fulfillment. What activities make you lose track of time? What problems do you feel drawn to solve? These clues can point you toward your deeper calling. One of the most powerful messages in this chapter is that purpose is not something you find. It's something you create. Many people wait for a moment of clarity, hoping their purpose will reveal itself. However, the author explains that purpose emerges through action. By trying new things, taking risks, and stepping outside your comfort zone, you discover what resonates with you. Purpose is not a destination, but a journey that evolves as you grow and change. The book shares the story of a woman who felt lost after her children left for college. For years, her purpose had been rooted in raising her family, and she struggled to find meaning in her new phase of life. After experimenting with different activities, she discovered a passion for volunteering at a local shelter. This new purpose not only brought her fulfillment, but also connected her to a supportive community. Her story highlights the importance of staying open to new possibilities and redefining purpose as life changes. Another key aspect of building a life of purpose is aligning your daily actions with your values. The author explains that when your actions reflect what matters most to you, even mundane tasks can feel meaningful. For example, if one of your core values is family, spending time with loved ones or supporting their goals can become an expression of your purpose. Similarly, if you value creativity, dedicating time to artistic pursuits can bring a sense of fulfillment. The book also explores the relationship between purpose and resilience. When you have a strong sense of purpose, it becomes easier to navigate challenges and setbacks. Purpose provides a sense of why that keeps you motivated during difficult times. For instance, a teacher may face the stress of long hours and demanding students, but find strength in knowing that their work is shaping young minds and futures. Purpose doesn't eliminate hardships, but it gives you a reason to persevere through them. Another important theme in this chapter is the role of connection in purpose. Purpose often involves contributing to something beyond yourself, whether it's helping others, building relationships, or leaving a positive impact on the world. The author emphasizes that purpose thrives when it is rooted in connection. When you feel part of something bigger than yourself, your actions take on greater significance. The book provides practical exercises to help readers identify and cultivate their purpose. One exercise involves creating a purpose map. Start by listing your passions, skills, and the causes or needs you care about. Look for overlaps or connections between these categories. For example, if you're passionate about the environment, skilled at organizing, and care deeply about your community, your purpose might involve leading local sustainability initiatives. Another exercise is writing a purpose statement, a concise declaration of what drives you and what you hope to contribute to the world. Your purpose statement could be as simple as to inspire others through storytelling, or to create a nurturing environment for my family and community. Writing your purpose statement helps clarify your goals and serves as a reminder of what matters most. The book also encourages readers to take small, purposeful actions every day. Purpose is not just about big, life-changing decisions. It's about how you choose to live, moment by moment. Whether it's helping a colleague, supporting a friend, or pursuing a personal goal, these small actions build a life of meaning over time. The author touches on the importance of self-compassion when pursuing purpose. it's easy to feel overwhelmed or inadequate, especially when comparing yourself to others. But purpose is not about perfection. It's about progress. Give yourself permission to explore, make mistakes, and adapt as you go. Remember that your purpose is uniquely yours, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. Another significant point in this chapter is the dynamic nature of purpose. As you grow and experience new phases of life, your purpose may evolve. What fulfills you today might not resonate in 10 years, and that's okay. The author encourages readers to embrace this evolution as a natural part of the journey. By remaining curious and open, you allow your purpose to grow with you. The chapter concludes with an inspiring reminder. Purpose is not about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions and living intentionally. It's about waking up each day with a sense of direction, even if the path is not always clear. By embracing purpose as a journey rather than a destination, you can build a life that feels meaningful, fulfilling, and uniquely your own. Chapter 12: The Power of Positivity in Transforming Your Life. Positivity is often misunderstood as ignoring life's difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. In reality, positivity is a mindset, a deliberate choice to focus on hope, possibilities, and solutions, even when life feels overwhelming. This chapter explores how cultivating positivity can transform not only your outlook but also the way you experience and navigate life's challenges. The book begins by explaining that positivity is not about denying the existence of problems. Life is filled with moments of pain, uncertainty, and struggle. Positivity doesn't erase these realities, but it provides a way to approach them with strength and resilience. It's about training your mind to see opportunities where others see obstacles and to find beauty in moments of adversity. Positivity is not just a feeling, it's a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. One of the most powerful ideas in this chapter is the concept of choosing your thoughts. While you can't always control what happens to you, you can control how you think about it. The author shares a story about a man who experienced a series of setbacks, including losing his job and facing health challenges. Initially, he felt consumed by negativity and despair. But when he began practicing positivity, he shifted his perspective. Instead of focusing on what he had lost, he started looking for what he could gain. New opportunities, time for self-care, and the chance to rebuild his life with intention. This shift didn't make his problems disappear, but it changed how he faced them, giving him the strength and optimism to move forward. The author emphasizes that positivity doesn't mean avoiding difficult emotions. It's natural to feel sadness, anger, or frustration during tough times. Positivity involves acknowledging these emotions without letting them define you. By recognizing and processing your feelings, you create space to move forward with clarity and purpose. The book highlights the importance of self-compassion in this process, reminding readers that it's okay to struggle and that choosing positivity doesn't mean ignoring your humanity. Gratitude plays a central role in cultivating positivity. The book explains that gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present and valuable in your life. Even in the darkest moments, there are things to be grateful for: a supportive friend, a small victory, or simply the strength to keep going. The author encourages readers to practice gratitude daily, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply reflecting on 3 things they appreciate. This practice trains your mind to notice and amplify the positive aspects of your life. Another key component of positivity is reframing negative thoughts. The book introduces the concept of cognitive reframing, which involves changing the way you interpret situations. For example, instead of thinking this challenge is too hard, you might reframe it as, this challenge is an opportunity to grow. Reframing doesn't change the facts of a situation, but it changes your relationship to those facts, empowering you to take constructive action. The author shares practical techniques for cultivating positivity in daily life. One exercise involves creating a positivity anchor, a physical or mental object that reminds you of hope and strength. This could be a photograph of a meaningful moment, a mantra that inspires you, or a piece of music that lifts your spirits. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, connecting with your positivity anchor can help you regain focus and motivation. The book also highlights the importance of surrounding yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the environments you inhabit all influence your mindset. The author encourages readers to seek out uplifting relationships, inspiring content, and calming spaces that support a positive outlook. For example, spending time with someone who encourages you or reading a book that motivates you can have a powerful impact on your mood and mindset. Positivity is closely linked to resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks. The book explains that a positive mindset helps you see challenges as temporary and solvable, rather than permanent and overwhelming. For instance, when faced with failure, a positive perspective allows you to view it as a learning experience rather than a reflection of your worth. This shift not only reduces stress, but also fosters the confidence to keep trying. Another important theme in this chapter is the ripple effect of positivity. When you cultivate positivity in your own life, it naturally extends to those around you. A kind word, a smile, or an act of generosity can brighten someone else's day, creating a chain reaction of positivity. The author shares stories of individuals whose simple acts of kindness had far-reaching effects, reminding readers that even small gestures can make a big difference. The book acknowledges that maintaining positivity requires effort, especially during difficult times. It's easy to fall into patterns of negativity or pessimism when things feel out of control. The author suggests starting small, focusing on one positive habit or practice at a time. Over time, these small actions build momentum, creating a mindset that is naturally more optimistic and solution-oriented. One practical exercise introduced in the chapter is the Positivity Challenge. For 1 week, challenge yourself to replace every negative thought with a positive one. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but reframing them in a way that highlights possibilities. For example, if you think, "I'm not good enough for this job," reframe it as, "I have strengths I can build on, and I'm capable of growing." This practice helps train your brain to default to positivity, even in tough situations. The chapter concludes with an empowering message. Positivity is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a choice you make every day, moment by moment. While life will always present challenges, your ability to approach them with hope, gratitude, and resilience transforms not only your experience, but also the outcomes you achieve. Positivity is not about ignoring life's difficulties. It's about rising above them, finding light in the darkness, and creating a life filled with meaning, joy, and purpose. By embracing positivity, you not only uplift yourself, but also inspire and empower those around you, proving that happiness and strength are always within reach. Chapter 13. The Journey of Self-Discovery. Life is a continuous process of self-discovery, a journey that requires courage, curiosity, and introspection. At its core, self-discovery is about uncovering who you truly are, your values, passions, strengths, and vulnerabilities. It's not about becoming someone new, but about peeling back the layers of societal expectations, external pressure, and self-doubt to reconnect with your authentic self. This chapter delves into the profound and transformative process of self-discovery, exploring why it is essential for a meaningful and fulfilling life. The book begins by addressing the reasons many people struggle with self-discovery. From an early age, we are influenced by societal norms, cultural expectations, and the opinions of others. These external influences often shape our decisions, making it easy to lose touch with our true selves. Over time, we may find ourselves living lives that look successful on the outside, but feel empty or misaligned on the inside. Self-discovery is the antidote to this disconnect, offering a way to reclaim your identity and live authentically. The author emphasizes that self-discovery is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. As you grow and experience new phases of life, your understanding of yourself evolves. The book encourages readers to approach self-discovery with an open mind, embracing it as a dynamic and ongoing process. Rather than seeking definitive answers, focus on asking meaningful questions that guide you closer to your truth. One of the first steps in self-discovery is cultivating self-awareness. The book explains that self-awareness involves observing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. By paying attention to how you respond to different situations, you can begin to identify patterns, triggers, and preferences. For example, Noticing that you feel energized after creative activities but drained by social obligations might reveal an important aspect of your personality. Self-awareness is the foundation of self-discovery because it provides the insights needed to make intentional choices. The author introduces practical exercises to enhance self-awareness. One such exercise involves keeping a journal where you record your daily experiences, emotions, and reflections. Over time, this practice can help you identify recurring themes and uncover deeper truths about yourself. Another exercise is conducting a self-audit, where you evaluate different areas of your life, relationships, career, hobbies, and health, and assess whether they align with your values and desires. The importance of values. Values play a central role in self-discovery. The book explains that values are the principles and beliefs that guide your decisions and define what matters most to you. When you live in alignment with your values, life feels more purposeful and fulfilling. Conversely, when your actions conflict with your values, it can lead to dissatisfaction and inner turmoil. To identify your core values, the book suggests reflecting on moments in your life when you felt truly happy or fulfilled. What were you doing? Who were you with? What qualities stood out? These reflections often reveal the values that are most important to you. Exploring passions and strengths. Another significant aspect of self-discovery is exploring your passions and interests. The author encourages readers to reconnect with activities that bring joy and fulfillment. These might include hobbies you loved as a child, skills you've always wanted to learn, or causes you feel deeply about. Pursuing your passions is not just about finding a sense of purpose. It's also about rediscovering the pure joy of being fully engaged in something you love. The book also delves into the importance of embracing your strengths and weaknesses. Self-discovery involves recognizing and celebrating your unique abilities, while also acknowledging areas where you struggle. The author emphasizes that weaknesses are not failures, but opportunities for growth. By understanding and accepting all aspects of yourself, you can approach life with greater confidence and authenticity. The role of vulnerability. One of the most profound lessons in this chapter is the role of vulnerability in self-discovery. The author explains that vulnerability is the willingness to be open and honest about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences, even when it feels uncomfortable. Vulnerability is a gateway to deeper self-awareness, because it allows you to confront your fears, insecurities, and desires without hiding behind a facade. By embracing vulnerability, you create the space to explore your true self and build deeper connections with others. Self-discovery and relationships. The book also explores the impact of self-discovery on relationships. When you understand yourself better, you can communicate your needs, boundaries, and values more effectively. This clarity not only strengthens existing relationships, but also helps you attract people who align with your authentic self. The author emphasizes that self-discovery is not about isolating yourself, but about fostering connections that support and reflect your growth. Self-compassion in the process. Another theme in this chapter is the importance of self-compassion in the process of self-discovery. As you explore who you are, you may uncover aspects of yourself that feel uncomfortable or imperfect. The author encourages readers to approach these discoveries with kindness and understanding. Self-discovery is not about achieving perfection, but about embracing your humanity in all its complexity. Practical tools for self-discovery. The book provides practical tools to support the journey of self-discovery. One exercise involves creating a personal manifesto that outlines your values, passions, and goals. This manifesto serves as a guide, reminding you of who you are and what you stand for. Another exercise is creating a vision board that visually represents your dreams and aspirations. These tools help you stay connected to your authentic self and inspire you to live intentionally. Curiosity as a driving force. The chapter also highlights the role of curiosity in self-discovery. Curiosity is the driving force that encourages you to explore new ideas, experiences, and perspectives. The author suggests approaching life with the mindset of an explorer, willing to step outside your comfort zone and try new things. Whether it's traveling to a new place, learning a new skill, or engaging in meaningful conversations, curiosity opens the door to growth and self-awareness. Conclusion. The chapter concludes with an inspiring message. Self-discovery is one of the most rewarding journeys you can embark on. It empowers you to live authentically, pursue your passions, and create a life that reflects your true self. By embracing the process of self-discovery, you not only deepen your understanding of who you are, but also unlock the potential to live a life of greater purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Chapter 14: The Strength Found in Forgiveness. Forgiveness is one of the most profound and liberating acts a person can embrace, yet it is often one of the most challenging. When we hold on to resentment, anger, or guilt, we carry an invisible weight that affects our mental, emotional, and even physical well-being. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm or forgetting pain. It is about releasing the grip that past wrongs have on our present and future. This chapter explores the transformative power of forgiveness, offering insights into how it can free you from the burdens of anger and regret, while strengthening your ability to live a fulfilling and peaceful life. The book begins by addressing common misconceptions about forgiveness. Many people believe that forgiving someone means excusing their behavior or allowing them back into their lives. The author clarifies that forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you. Forgiveness is a decision to let go of the emotional baggage tied to a past event, giving yourself permission to move forward. It does not require reconciliation, nor does it diminish the validity of your pain. Instead, it is an act of self-compassion that allows you to reclaim your peace. Forgiveness as a process. One of the most compelling lessons in this chapter is that forgiveness is a process, not a single moment of decision. The author compares it to peeling back layers of an onion. At first, the act of forgiveness may feel overwhelming or even impossible. But as you work through your emotions, acknowledge your pain, and reflect on the situation, forgiveness becomes more accessible. It is a journey that requires patience, courage, and a willingness to heal. The book shares a powerful story about a woman who struggled with forgiving her father for years of emotional neglect. She carried feelings of anger and sadness into adulthood, which impacted her relationships and self-worth. Through therapy and introspection, she began to understand her father's own struggles and limitations. This understanding didn't erase her pain, but it allowed her to see him as a flawed human being rather than a villain. Over time, she was able to forgive, not for his sake, but for her own. Her story illustrates how forgiveness can provide closure and create space for emotional freedom. Acknowledging your emotions. The author emphasizes the importance of acknowledging your emotions as part of the forgiveness process. Suppressing anger, sadness, or betrayal only prolongs your suffering. Instead, allow yourself to feel these emotions fully, recognizing them as valid responses to your experience. By processing your feelings in a healthy way, whether through journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or seeking professional support, you take the first step toward letting go. Forgiving yourself. Forgiveness is not limited to others. It also involves forgiving yourself. The book explains that self-forgiveness is often the hardest form of forgiveness because it requires confronting feelings of guilt, shame, or regret. Many people hold themselves to impossibly high standards, blaming themselves for mistakes or perceived failures. Self-forgiveness involves recognizing that you are human, capable of error, and deserving of compassion. The author suggests practicing self-forgiveness by reflecting on the lessons learned from your mistakes and reminding yourself that growth often comes from imperfection. The role of empathy. Another important theme in this chapter is the role of empathy in forgiveness. The author explains that empathy doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, but rather seeking to understand the context or circumstances that may have influenced it. For example, understanding that someone who hurt you may have been acting out of their own pain or ignorance doesn't justify their actions, but can help you view the situation with less resentment. Empathy creates a bridge between anger and forgiveness, allowing you to see the humanity in others. Boundaries and forgiveness. The book also addresses the fear that often accompanies forgiveness. Many people worry that forgiving someone will make them vulnerable to being hurt again. The author reassures readers that forgiveness and boundaries can coexist. Forgiving someone doesn't mean allowing them to continue harmful behavior or re-entering your life. It is possible to forgive while maintaining firm boundaries that protect your well-being. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the emotional weight of the past, not about exposing yourself to further harm. Practical exercises for forgiveness. The book provides practical exercises to help readers cultivate forgiveness. One exercise involves writing a letter to the person you are struggling to forgive. In this letter, express your feelings honestly. What they did, how it affected you, and why you are choosing to forgive. This letter doesn't need to be sent. It is a tool for processing your emotions and articulating your decision to let go. Another exercise is guided meditation focused on forgiveness. Visualize the person, acknowledge your pain, and imagine releasing the negative emotions tied to the situation. These practices create a safe space to explore and embrace forgiveness at your own pace. The benefits of forgiveness. The book also explores the benefits of forgiveness for your overall well-being. Research has shown that forgiveness reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and improves mental health. Holding on to anger and resentment creates a state of chronic tension in the body and mind, which can lead to anxiety, depression, and physical ailments. Forgiveness is not just an emotional act, it is a healing one that promotes balance and harmony within yourself. Forgiving life itself. Forgiveness extends beyond individuals. It can also apply to circumstances or life itself. Sometimes people hold on to resentment toward situations that feel unfair or uncontrollable, such as the loss of a loved one, a missed opportunity, or an unexpected hardship. The author encourages readers to practice radical acceptance, recognizing that while you cannot change the past, you can choose how to move forward. Forgiving life's hardships doesn't mean denying their impact, but rather releasing the grip they have on your present. The chapter concludes with an inspiring reminder. Forgiveness is an act of courage and strength. It is a declaration that you will not let the pain of the past dictate your future. By forgiving others, yourself, or even life itself, you reclaim your power and open the door to peace, freedom, and emotional well-being. Forgiveness is not about forgetting. It is about remembering that you are worthy of happiness and letting go of anything that stands in the way of that truth. Through forgiveness, you find not only healing, but also the strength to embrace life with an open heart. Chapter 15. The practice of resilience in everyday life. Resilience is the ability to adapt, recover, and grow stronger in the face of challenges. It is not an innate trait that only a few possess. It is a skill that can be developed and nurtured over time. Resilience is the quiet strength that allows you to rise after falling, to find hope amidst despair, and to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. This chapter delves into the essence of resilience, exploring practical ways to cultivate it in your daily life so you can face adversity with confidence and grace. The book begins by emphasizing that resilience is not about avoiding difficulties or being unaffected by hardships. Everyone experiences pain, loss, and setbacks. Resilience is about how you respond to those experiences. It is the ability to maintain a sense of balance even when life feels out of control, and to use challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles that hold you back. The resilience mindset. The author introduces the concept of a resilience mindset. This mindset involves shifting your perspective from focusing on problems to focusing on solutions. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I do about this?" or "What can I learn from this?" This approach transforms adversity into a platform for personal development, empowering you to take constructive action rather than feeling overwhelmed or defeated. One of the most powerful lessons in this chapter is the importance of self-belief in building resilience. The author explains that resilience begins with trusting your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This doesn't mean pretending to have all the answers or being immune to fear. It means recognizing your inner strength and resourcefulness. Reflecting on past challenges you've overcome can help reinforce this belief. Each time you face adversity and persevere, you build evidence of your resilience, creating a foundation of confidence for future challenges. Flexibility as a key element. Flexibility is another essential element of resilience. Life rarely goes according to plan, and rigid expectations can make it harder to adapt when circumstances change. The book encourages readers to cultivate flexibility by staying open to new possibilities and being willing to adjust their goals or strategies as needed. Flexibility doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. It means finding creative ways to achieve them when obstacles arise. The author shares the story of a man who dreamed of opening his own restaurant, but faced numerous setbacks, including financial difficulties and zoning issues. Instead of giving up, he adapted his plan, starting a food truck that eventually grew into a successful business. His story illustrates how resilience and flexibility go hand in hand, allowing you to navigate setbacks while staying true to your purpose. The role of connection. Connection is another cornerstone of resilience. The book highlights the importance of building and nurturing relationships that provide emotional support and encouragement. Resilient people often have a strong network of family, friends, or mentors who uplift them during tough times. These connections remind you that you are not alone and that help is available when you need it. The author encourages readers to reach out and foster meaningful relationships, emphasizing that resilience is not about going it alone, but about finding strength in community. The importance of self-care. Another critical aspect of resilience is self-care. The book explains that resilience is not just a mental or emotional capacity, it is also physical. When you are physically healthy, you are better equipped to handle stress and recover from challenges. Prioritizing regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, and relaxation practices builds your energy reserves and enhances your ability to cope with adversity. The author reminds readers that self-care is not selfish. It is an essential part of resilience. Practical tools for resilience. The book provides practical exercises for cultivating resilience in everyday life. One exercise involves creating a resilience toolkit. This toolkit is a collection of practices, reminders, and resources that help you stay grounded and focused during challenging times. It might include a list of coping strategies such as deep breathing or meditation, along with reminders of your strengths, inspirational quotes, or the contact information of supportive people. Having a tangible toolkit provides a sense of preparedness and empowerment. Another exercise is practicing gratitude specifically for your resilience. Reflect on the challenges you faced in the past and identify what you learned or gained from those experiences. This practice not only reinforces your belief in your ability to overcome difficulties, but also helps you view current challenges as opportunities for growth. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you've lost to what you've gained, fostering a positive and resilient mindset. Optimism and resilience. The author also discusses the role of optimism in resilience. Optimism is not about denying reality or ignoring problems. It is about choosing to believe that better days are ahead and that you have the ability to create them. Optimism fuels resilience by providing the motivation to keep trying, even when progress feels slow or uncertain. The book suggests practicing optimism by visualizing your desired outcomes and affirming your ability to achieve them. Mindfulness as a tool. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for building resilience. The author explains that mindfulness helps you stay present and focused, reducing the tendency to become overwhelmed by future worries or past regrets. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you can approach challenges with clarity and composure. Simple mindfulness practices, such as focusing on your breath or observing your surroundings, can have a profound impact on your ability to remain calm and centered during stressful times. Celebrating small victories. The chapter also addresses the importance of celebrating small victories. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it is about recognizing and appreciating progress, no matter how small. Each step forward, no matter how minor it may seem, is a testament to your strength and determination. Celebrating these moments reinforces your resilience and motivates you to keep going. The chapter concludes with an inspiring message. Resilience is not about being invincible, it is about being adaptable, resourceful, and courageous. It is the ability to rise after falling, to keep going when the road is difficult, and to find hope even in the darkest moments. By cultivating resilience in your everyday life, you not only empower yourself to face challenges with confidence, but also create a foundation for a life filled with purpose, growth, and fulfillment. Resilience is not something you are born with, it is something you build, moment by moment, choice by choice. Through resilience, you unlock the strength to thrive, no matter what life brings your way. Chapter 16: The Power of Hope in Times of Uncertainty. Hope is one of the most profound and transformative forces in human experience. It is the light that shines in the darkest moments, the inner voice that whispers, "Keep going," when all seems lost. Hope is not just a passive feeling or wishful thinking. It is an active, deliberate choice to believe in better days ahead and to work toward them, even when the path is unclear. This chapter explores the enduring power of hope, how to nurture it during times of uncertainty, and how it can serve as a lifeline through life's most challenging moments. The book begins by defining hope as more than a fleeting emotion. True hope is a mindset, a commitment to resilience and possibility. It is the ability to see opportunities in difficulties and to trust that even in the face of hardship, something meaningful can emerge. The author emphasizes that hope does not deny reality or minimize pain. Rather, it provides the strength to face adversity with courage and purpose. Hope and purpose. One of the key insights in this chapter is that hope is deeply connected to purpose. When you have a sense of purpose, whether it's a goal, a dream, or a cause, you have something to anchor your hope to. Purpose gives hope direction, turning it into a driving force that motivates action. The book shares the story of a young woman who faced significant setbacks in her education due to financial struggles. Her hope for a better future, rooted in her purpose of becoming a teacher, kept her pushing forward despite the odds. She found creative ways to continue her studies, ultimately achieving her dream. Her story illustrates how hope fuels determination and perseverance. Barriers to hope. The author explores the barriers to hope, particularly during times of uncertainty or prolonged hardship. Fear, doubt, and despair can easily overshadow hope, making it difficult to believe in positive outcomes. The book acknowledges these emotions as natural responses to adversity, but emphasizes that they don't have to define your experience. Hope is a choice, a decision to focus on what is possible rather than what is uncertain. It's about shifting your perspective from "what if everything goes wrong?" to "what if something amazing happens?" Nurturing hope. The book provides practical tools for nurturing hope. One exercise involves creating a hope vision board. This board is a visual representation of your dreams, goals, and aspirations. By filling it with images, quotes, and symbols that inspire you, you create a tangible reminder of what you are working toward. Placing the vision board where you can see it daily helps keep your hope alive, even during difficult times. Another exercise focuses on breaking large challenges into smaller, manageable steps. The author explains that one of the biggest obstacles to hope is feeling overwhelmed. When a goal or problem seems too big to tackle, it's easy to lose hope. By breaking it down into actionable steps, you create a sense of progress and accomplishment, which fuels hope. For example, if your goal is to find a new job, focus on smaller tasks like updating your resume, networking with one person a week, or applying to one position a day. Each small step brings you closer to your goal and reinforces your belief in a positive outcome. Gratitude and hope. The book also highlights the importance of gratitude in fostering hope. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, creating a foundation for hope to thrive. The author encourages readers to practice gratitude daily by reflecting on 3 things they are thankful for. These could be as simple as a supportive friend, a moment of laughter, or the strength to keep going. Gratitude not only uplifts your spirit, but also reminds you of the resources and opportunities already available to you. The role of connection. Hope is deeply influenced by the people you surround yourself with. The book emphasizes the importance of building a support network of individuals who uplift and inspire you. These are the people who remind you of your potential, encourage you during setbacks, and celebrate your progress. Conversely, distancing yourself from negativity, whether it's toxic relationships or constant exposure to discouraging media, creates space for hope to flourish. Hope rituals. The author introduces the concept of hope rituals as a way to sustain hope during difficult times. These rituals are small, intentional practices that reinforce your belief in better days ahead. They might include morning affirmations, lighting a candle as a symbol of hope, or writing letters to your future self about the life you envision. Hope rituals serve as daily reminders of your resilience and the possibilities that lie ahead. Faith and hope. The book also explores the role of faith in nurturing hope. Faith, whether spiritual, philosophical, or rooted in a belief in humanity, provides a sense of connection to something greater than yourself. It offers comfort and perspective, reminding you that life's challenges are part of a larger journey. The author encourages readers to explore and strengthen their faith, whatever form it takes, as a source of hope and inspiration. Storytelling and hope. Another important theme in this chapter is the power of storytelling. The author explains that sharing stories of hope, whether through books, movies, or personal conversations, reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. Hearing how others have overcome adversity can reignite our own hope and inspire us to keep going. The book encourages readers to seek out and share stories of resilience and triumph, creating a ripple effect of hope. Conclusion. The chapter concludes with a powerful message. Hope is not passive. It is active and dynamic. It is a choice to believe in the possibility of better days and to take steps toward them. While life may present challenges, hope provides the strength to rise, to persist, and to dream. By cultivating hope, you create a foundation for resilience, growth, and fulfillment. Hope is not just an emotion. It is the force that transforms uncertainty into opportunity and adversity into triumph. Through hope, you unlock the potential to create a life filled with purpose, joy, and endless possibilities. Chapter 17. The balance between control and surrender. Life is an intricate dance between what we can control and what we must accept. Much of our stress and frustration comes from trying to change things beyond our influence or failing to act on what we have the power to improve. This chapter delves into the delicate balance between taking control of your life and surrendering to the forces beyond your reach. It explores how mastering this balance can bring peace, clarity, and resilience. The illusion of total control. The book begins by highlighting the common human tendency to cling to control. People often believe that if they can perfectly organize their lives, avoid all risks, or predict every outcome, they can eliminate uncertainty and hardship. However, life's unpredictability ensures that total control is impossible. The author emphasizes that true strength lies not in controlling everything, but in knowing what is worth controlling and when to let go. What you can and cannot control. One of the foundational lessons in this chapter is the importance of distinguishing between what you can and cannot control. The author suggests visualizing two circles. The inner circle represents what is within your control, such as your actions, thoughts, and responses. The outer circle contains what is beyond your control, such as other people's opinions, past events, or global circumstances. Focusing on your inner circle allows you to channel your energy productively instead of wasting it on things you cannot change. For example, while you cannot control how others behave, you can control how you respond to them. Shifting your attention to the areas within your control empowers you to make meaningful progress while letting go of unnecessary stress. The story of acceptance. The author shares the story of a man who faced a series of professional setbacks. At first, he became consumed by anger and blame, fixating on factors outside his control, such as economic conditions and office politics. Over time, he realized that while he couldn't change these external circumstances, he could control how he responded. By focusing on improving his skills, networking, and exploring new opportunities, he regained a sense of agency and eventually found a fulfilling career path. This story illustrates the power of redirecting energy toward what you can control. The concept of surrender. Surrender, often misunderstood as giving up, is another critical aspect of this balance. The author explains that surrender is not about passivity or resignation. It is about accepting the reality of situations you cannot change and finding peace within them. Surrender requires humility, courage, and trust in the natural flow of life. By letting go of the need to control everything, you create space for possibilities and solutions to emerge organically. Mindfulness and decision-making. The book explores the role of mindfulness in achieving this balance. Mindfulness helps you stay present and observe situations without judgment, making it easier to discern whether action or acceptance is appropriate. For example, when faced with a challenge, mindfulness allows you to pause and ask yourself, Is this something I can change, or is this something I need to accept? This moment of clarity can prevent impulsive reactions and guide you toward a more thoughtful response. Resilience and adaptability. Another important theme in this chapter is the role of resilience in navigating the tension between control and surrender. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it's about adapting to change with grace and flexibility. Resilient people take proactive steps when action is needed and trust the process when surrender is required. This adaptability allows them to move through life's uncertainties with confidence. The power of trust. The book emphasizes the importance of trust in yourself, in others, and in the broader flow of life. Trusting yourself means believing in your ability to make wise decisions and handle whatever comes your way. Trusting others involves recognizing that you don't have to shoulder every burden alone and that it's okay to rely on support. Trusting life means accepting that not every outcome can be controlled, but that each experience has value and purpose. Practical exercises for balance. The author introduces practical exercises to help readers practice this balance. One exercise involves creating a control inventory. Write down the challenges you are currently facing and categorize them into 2 columns, what I can control and what I cannot control. For the items in the first column, identify specific actions you can take. For the second column, write a statement of acceptance, such as, I release my need to control this and trust the process. This exercise helps clarify where to direct your energy and where to let go. Another exercise is practicing affirmations for control and surrender. Examples include, I focus my energy on what I can change, I release the need to control the uncontrollable, and I trust myself to handle what I can and trust life to guide the rest. Repeating these affirmations daily reinforces the mindset needed to maintain balance. The role of patience. The book also discusses the importance of patience in this process. The balance between control and surrender is not always immediately clear, and it can take time to navigate complex situations. The author encourages readers to be patient with themselves, recognizing that learning this balance is a journey. Each decision, whether to act or to let go, contributes to your growth and understanding. A story of letting go. The author shares the story of a woman who had been trying to mend a broken relationship with a family member. Despite her best efforts, the other person remained distant. After months of trying to control the situation, she realized that the relationship's healing depended on more than just her actions. By surrendering her need to fix everything and focusing on what she could control, her own kindness and boundaries, she found peace regardless of the outcome. Her story highlights the freedom that comes with releasing control over what cannot be forced. The chapter concludes with a reminder that balance is dynamic, not static. Life will continually present new situations that challenge your ability to discern when to take control and when to surrender. Each experience offers an opportunity to refine this skill and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. By embracing this balance, you cultivate resilience, inner peace, and a sense of trust that allows you to navigate life's complexities with strength and grace. Control and surrender are not opposites. They are complementary forces that, when harmonized, create a life of intentional action and profound acceptance. Through this balance, you find the clarity to focus on what truly matters and the serenity to let go of what does not. It is in this space of balance that you discover the strength to thrive, no matter what life brings your way. Chapter 19. The courage to embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is often misunderstood as weakness, something to be avoided or hidden at all costs. Yet vulnerability is one of the most powerful and transformative aspects of being human. It is through vulnerability that we connect with others, grow as individuals, and experience life's deepest joys and most profound lessons. This chapter explores the courage required to embrace vulnerability, showing how it can lead to greater authenticity, stronger relationships, and a richer, more meaningful life. The power of vulnerability. The book begins by challenging the common perception of vulnerability as fragility. Vulnerability is not about being defenseless. It is about being open to emotions, experiences, and connection. It takes immense strength to allow yourself to be seen fully, without the armor of perfection or the fear of judgment. The author explains that vulnerability is a choice to be honest and authentic, even when it feels uncomfortable or risky. Connection through vulnerability. One of the most compelling lessons in this chapter is that vulnerability is the foundation of true connection. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create space for others to do the same. This mutual openness fosters trust, understanding, and empathy, deepening your relationships and strengthening the bonds you share with others. The author shares a story about a man who, after years of keeping his struggles to himself, finally opened up to a close friend. To his surprise, his vulnerability was met with support and compassion, transforming the friendship into a source of strength and encouragement. This story illustrates that vulnerability is not a barrier, it is a bridge to connection. Vulnerability in pursuits and passions. The author highlights that vulnerability is not limited to sharing your struggles. It also involves expressing your hopes, dreams, and desires. Allowing yourself to pursue your passions, take risks, or share your aspirations with others requires a willingness to be vulnerable. It means risking failure, rejection, or disappointment, but also opening the door to growth, achievement, and fulfillment. Overcoming the fear of vulnerability. The book addresses the fear that often accompanies vulnerability. Many people hesitate to be vulnerable because they fear judgment, rejection, or appearing weak. The author explains that these fears are rooted in a desire for self-protection, but they can also create barriers that prevent you from living authentically. Embracing vulnerability requires shifting your focus from seeking external approval to valuing your own truth and integrity. Self-acceptance and vulnerability. Another key theme in this chapter is the connection between vulnerability and self-acceptance. When you embrace vulnerability, you acknowledge and accept your imperfections, insecurities, and emotions. This self-acceptance allows you to show up authentically in your relationships and endeavors, free from the pressure to conform to unrealistic expectations. The author emphasizes that vulnerability is not about oversharing or seeking validation. It is about being true to yourself and honoring your feelings and experiences. Practical tools for cultivating vulnerability. The book provides practical tools for cultivating vulnerability. One exercise involves identifying areas of your life where you tend to hold back out of fear of judgment or rejection. Reflect on what you are afraid of and what might happen if you allowed yourself to be vulnerable in those situations. For example, if you hesitate to share your feelings with a loved one, consider how vulnerability could lead to deeper understanding and connection. Another exercise is practicing small acts of vulnerability. Start by sharing something personal with a trusted friend or colleague, such as a challenge you're facing or a goal you're working toward. Notice how they respond and how it feels to open up. These small steps build your confidence in being vulnerable and show you that authenticity is often met with acceptance and support. Overcoming shame through vulnerability. The author also discusses the role of vulnerability in overcoming shame. Shame thrives in secrecy, convincing you that your flaws or mistakes make you unworthy of love and belonging. By bringing your shame into the light through vulnerability, whether by sharing it with a trusted person or expressing it through writing, you diminish its power. The act of acknowledging your feelings and allowing yourself to be seen is a powerful antidote to shame. Mindfulness and vulnerability. Mindfulness is another tool for embracing vulnerability. The book explains that mindfulness helps you stay present with your emotions, allowing you to observe them without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you can acknowledge feelings of fear or discomfort without letting them control your actions. This creates space for vulnerability, as you learn to accept and express your emotions with greater ease. Healthy boundaries and vulnerability. The author emphasizes that vulnerability is not about being unguarded all the time. It's about choosing when and where to be open. Healthy vulnerability involves discernment, knowing who to trust and when to share. The book encourages readers to build relationships that provide a safe space for vulnerability, fostering mutual support and understanding. Vulnerability and creativity. The chapter also explores the connection between vulnerability and creativity. Whether it's writing, painting, performing, or any other form of self-expression, creativity requires vulnerability. It involves sharing a part of yourself with the world, exposing your ideas, emotions, and perspectives to others. The author shares stories of artists and innovators who found success and fulfillment by embracing vulnerability, showing that it is often the key to unlocking your full potential. The book concludes with an empowering message. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a courageous act of self-expression and connection. By embracing vulnerability, you free yourself from the constraints of fear and perfectionism, allowing you to live more authentically and meaningfully. Vulnerability is the bridge that connects you to others, the catalyst for growth and change, and the foundation of a life rich in love, creativity, and purpose. Through vulnerability, you discover the strength to be fully and unapologetically yourself. Chapter 20. Living authentically every day. Authenticity is the foundation of a life that feels genuine, purposeful, and fulfilling. To live authentically is to align your actions, choices, and words with your true self, your values, beliefs, and desires. It means shedding the masks and facades that society often encourages us to wear and embracing the freedom of being exactly who you are. This chapter explores the journey of living authentically every day, offering insights and practices to help you build a life that reflects your most genuine self. The struggle for authenticity. The book begins by examining why so many people struggle with authenticity. From an early age, we are taught to conform to social norms, meet others' expectations, and avoid standing out. While these behaviors can create a sense of belonging, they often come at the expense of our individuality. Over time, this disconnect between who we are and who we present to the world can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction, emptiness, or even identity loss. Authenticity is the antidote to this disconnect, offering a way to reclaim your identity and live in harmony with your inner truth. Self-awareness as the key to authenticity. One of the most powerful lessons in this chapter is the importance of self-awareness in living authentically. To be authentic, you must first know yourself, your values, passions, strengths, and boundaries. The author encourages readers to spend time reflecting on what truly matters to them. Ask yourself questions like, what do I stand for? What brings me joy? What do I want to contribute to the world? These reflections help you uncover the core of who you are, providing a compass for making authentic decisions. Inner alignment. The author introduces the concept of inner alignment, where your actions and choices reflect your true self. Inner alignment requires courage, as it often involves making decisions that may not please everyone. For example, pursuing a career path that aligns with your passions but defies family expectations might feel daunting, but is a step toward authenticity. The book emphasizes that living authentically is not about seeking approval from others. It is about honoring your own truth. The role of boundaries. Another key theme in this chapter is the connection between authenticity and boundaries. Being authentic means setting boundaries that protect your values, time, and energy. The author explains that many people struggle with boundaries because they fear disappointing others or being perceived as selfish. However, boundaries are essential for living authentically. They allow you to stay true to yourself while fostering healthier relationships. The book suggests starting with small, clear boundaries and communicating them with kindness and firmness. For instance, if you value personal time, politely but firmly decline requests that encroach on it. Over time, setting and maintaining boundaries becomes a natural part of living authentically. Vulnerability and authenticity. Authenticity also involves embracing vulnerability. To live authentically, you must be willing to let others see the real you, imperfections and all. This means expressing your true feelings, sharing your thoughts honestly, and allowing yourself to be seen without fear of judgment. The author emphasizes that vulnerability is not about oversharing or seeking validation. It is about being open and genuine in your interactions. Authenticity flourishes in environments where vulnerability is met with acceptance and understanding. Authenticity in relationships. The book explores the role of authenticity in relationships. Authentic living strengthens connections with others by fostering trust and mutual respect. When you show up as your true self, you encourage others to do the same, creating relationships that are deeper and more meaningful. The author warns against people-pleasing behaviors, which can lead to resentment and a loss of identity. Instead, focus on building relationships that value honesty, empathy, and shared values. Authentic relationships thrive when both parties feel safe to express their true selves. Overcoming the fear of judgment. One of the challenges of living authentically is overcoming the fear of judgment. The author explains that fear of criticism or rejection often holds people back from being their true selves. However, the book encourages readers to reframe this fear as an opportunity to grow. Authenticity may not always be met with approval, but it will attract people and opportunities that align with your values. The author reminds readers that not everyone will understand or accept their authenticity, and that's okay. True fulfillment comes from living in alignment with yourself, not from seeking external validation. Practical exercises for living authentically. The book provides practical exercises to help readers cultivate authenticity in their daily lives. One exercise is called authenticity journaling. Each day, reflect on moments when you felt most like yourself. Write about what you were doing, who you were with, and how it made you feel. Over time, these reflections help you identify patterns and make choices that align with your authentic self. Another exercise involves practicing small acts of authenticity. Start by expressing your true preferences in simple situations, such as choosing a restaurant or sharing your opinion in a conversation. These small steps build confidence and reinforce your ability to live authentically in more significant areas of life. The role of mindfulness. Mindfulness is another tool for living authentically. The author explains that mindfulness helps you stay present and aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. By practicing mindfulness, you can notice when you are acting out of alignment with your true self and make adjustments in real time. For example, if you find yourself agreeing to something that feels wrong for you, pause, reflect, and consider a response that honors your boundaries. Mindfulness creates the space to choose authenticity over automatic or conditioned responses. Self-compassion and authenticity. The book also discusses the relationship between authenticity and self-compassion. Living authentically doesn't mean getting it right all the time. There will be moments when fear, doubt, or external pressures lead you to act against your true self. The author encourages readers to approach these moments with kindness and understanding, using them as opportunities to learn and grow. Self-compassion allows you to stay committed to authenticity without being overly critical of your imperfections. It reminds you that living authentically is a journey, not a destination. The chapter concludes with an inspiring message. Living authentically is not about achieving perfection. It is about embracing your humanity. It is a daily practice of choosing to honor your values, express your truth, and show up fully as yourself. While it may require courage and vulnerability, the rewards of authenticity are profound. A life that feels meaningful, relationships that are genuine, and a sense of peace that comes from living in alignment with your true self. Authenticity is not just a way of being, it is a way of thriving. By choosing to live authentically every day, you create a life that is uniquely yours, filled with purpose, connection, and joy. Through authenticity, you unlock the freedom to be yourself and the courage to live a life that truly reflects who you are.
If this journey is bringing you value, take a moment to support us by subscribing to Bookwise. Your subscription fuels our mission to provide more life-changing content that inspires your personal growth and transformation. Don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and follow us for even more powerful insights. Together, let's build the best version of ourselves.